Let's talk the club. One more thing, like, subscribe, and share. Come on, let's talk the club. Woo!
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. I hope everybody's having a fantastic week and a fantastic day. It's Cutler here in the Let's Talk the Cutler Virtual Book Club, the Let's Talk the Cutler YouTube platform, the Let's Talk the Cutler channel, where we spend 1,800 seconds together every Tuesday and Thursday. No, we don't do Thursdays anymore. Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. No, but at least we spend these Tuesdays together, 1,800 seconds together every Tuesday. And I'm just so delighted that you all are still with me and you're still providing me with your support and your encouragement and your motivation. So it is a matter of reciprocity. It is my hope that people want to know, what is this channel about? It is my hope and my goal that I offer something on these Tuesdays that's inspirational, something that's motivational, something that's encouraging, something that pushes us when we need to be pushed, pulls us when we need to be pulled, lifts us up when we need to be lifted. And not only that, but something that challenges us when we need to be challenged. I don't know about you all, but I probably need to be challenged more than I need to be inspired and motivated. But I want to thank you all for tuning in, because it is my goal to sometimes challenge us. Why? To make sure that we show up our best selves, even in the worst of situations. My goodness, how those words come back to teach me a lesson this week and over these past couple of days. But it is always my goal to have some kind of conversation that will challenge us. So when life is happening, when life is doing what it does, when life is taking place, when death is taking place, when situations are taking place, when circumstances are taking place, when things are happening, it is always my goal to make sure that I show up my best self, even in the worst of situations, to show up my best self. And you all, that really is a lesson when we think about it. Let's think about all of the things that not just could have gone wrong and should have gone wrong, but let's think from a very practical perspective. And I'll get to all the formal introductions in a moment. But let's think from a practical perspective, all of the things that really have gone wrong by our definition, by our how we categorize things. But let's think about all of the things that have gone wrong, or have gone awry, or have just making a left turn and just went left. Think about all of those things, and then ask yourself, how did I respond? Did I respond in such a way that I am proud of how I responded? I am not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed. I have no regrets of how I responded. Or do I wish I could have done something differently? Do I wish I could have done it another way? That's what I'm talking about when I say it is my goal to challenge us so that we show up our best selves, even in the worst, sometimes even in the worst situations. They will come. They will happen. And only by rehearsing it, only by having these conversations, only by making this a part of who you are, a part of your character, a part of your integrity, only by rehearsing it and getting it ingrained in you will you respond when life happens, and respond in such a way that you say, you know what, I'm okay with how I responded. I don't know about you all, but as life has happened over the years, there were lots of times when I was not okay with how I responded. But what I've discovered in these 60 years that I've been in here on this earth, what I've discovered for me is it's how you respond that matters. It's not what comes your way the most. It's not what happens to you the most. It's not where you fall. It's not what predicament you find yourself in. No, 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 no. Because things happen that you don't look for, things happen that you don't ask for, things happen that you don't search for. Things would just happen. Things happen when you didn't fill out an application. Things happen when you didn't submit a resume. Things happen when you kept your mouth shut, when you were minding your business and leaving everybody else's alone. Things will happen. And while these things are happening, it's 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 how you respond that really makes the difference. It's how you respond that really matters. And again, these words just today have come back to remind me, Cutler, is how you respond. It's how you respond that matters. And so I've learned to practice, and I'm practicing even over these next few days, the art of silence. Silence is an art, and everything does not, listen, everything does not deserve your voice. Wow. I'll get to that in a moment. I think I'll come back to that. But everything does not deserve your voice. Everything is not worthy of your response. It's not even about you having to tell the person this or having to say that or having to address the situation. Every situation does not warrant, it's not worthy of your voice. Sometimes the only thing a situation or circumstance is worthy of is your silence, because your silence speaks volumes. And I need us to get that, because that sometimes is how we need to respond. We need to respond in silence. Listen, I've probably gone off and just talk now for about 5 minutes, but that is so important to me. And I had to remind myself of that. But let me just say a good afternoon, a good evening to all of you. I'll shout out the LTTC VIPs. On my end, the first 3 people to come in, and they are Paula D, who says, hello, everyone. Let me see if I can just show these comments. Paula D says, hello, everyone. Then Linda Martin says, good Tuesday evening, everyone. Then Annie Cutler says, let's rise. So it is so good to see all of you. I see some of you are on, but you're not in the chat room. Make your way on over to the chat room and come on in and say hi, so we can know that you're here and know exactly who you are, or at least see who you are by name. And I want to say thank you to those of you wherever you've allowed me to come into. Thank you for sharing this time in this space with me. And just make sure, if you haven't done so, please go ahead and subscribe. And after you subscribe, find that notification button, whether it's down there, up there, over there, wherever it is, find it, and then click on it, because it lets you know whenever I have gone live or uploaded new content. I want to talk this evening about how to build resilience. And a part of that really is based on how building resilience, to tie it all together, will help you with your responses a lot. Building resilience will help you with your responses. You want to make sure that you respond appropriately. You want to make sure that you respond correctly. You want to make sure that you respond in such a way that your character is still intact. You want to make sure that you respond in such a way whereby your integrity is not questioned. Then build your resilience. Build your resilience to certain things, so that way you don't have to find yourself succumbing to the low things that come to snatch you under, the things that come to snatch you down. No, you stay on top, and you stay up there with your character and with your integrity. And why do I suggest that? Because life is unpredictable, you all. Life is so unpredictable. It doesn't matter how you plan. It doesn't matter how you script it. It does not matter. There are always things that are going to happen, that are going to be unexpected. And they will sometimes come to stress you out. And they will challenge your ability to cope. They will challenge your ability to survive. And we can't control everything. But one of the things that I'm a stickler for, you've heard me, we can't control everything, but you can handle and you can control how you respond. And that's where your resilience kicks in. It refers to, back. Resilience refers to how you bounce back from life situations and from life's struggles and from life's difficulties and from life's challenges and from life's hurdles and from life's fumbles and from life's foibles and life's falls. Resilience is all about, how do I bounce back? What will allow me, or how can I recover? How can I come back even stronger after going through whatever kind of adversity you may have gone through? It's about resilience. Is about how do I get back? How do I bounce back after that? Because really what it's all about, it's about striking a balance whereby you're able to handle the pressure, or you're going to lose your cool. You're going to throw in the towel, or you're going to stand up and be strong. That's what resilience is all about. And bounce back people, resilient people, we learn through learned behavior, or through having conversations like this, we learn how to maintain the kind of outlook, a positive outlook, so that we can handle stress. So we can handle life when life is happening. When you are resilient, You make sure that you have the personality. You make sure that you have the attitude. You make sure you have the perspective. You make sure that you have the outlook whereby you are ready to cope with the stress that comes your way. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, y'all. I'm telling you, trouble, problems, challenges, hurdles, those sorts of things, they are no discriminators. And it's not a matter of if they show up, but it is a matter of when they show up. Because they're going to show up. So whether you're going through trials and adversities now, it doesn't matter. If you're not going through them now, they will come. And so whether you're trying to get prepared now, if you want to get prepared for when they come, one of the things that we need to focus on is making sure that we build our resilience, build our ability to bounce back. Because if we were all sitting together, I would say, look at your neighbor and say, wherever you go, you don't want to stay there. Wherever you land, you don't want to stay there. Whatever you fall in, you don't want to stay there. Good, bad, or indifferent, because life is dynamic and you want to keep moving. But particularly with these negative situations, whenever you land, you don't want to stay there. You don't want to get stuck there. And so one of the things that I want us to know is that if we build our resilience, just build your resilience or change your outlook. When you change your outlook and your perspective, that helps you to cope with the stress that comes. And coping with the stress helps you to remain resilient. One of the things that you do, you strive to find purpose. What am I doing here? What's going on in my life? Why did I start out my journey today? What is in my path? I'm not even talking about the destination. I'm talking about the journey. You can build resilience by making sure that you understand purpose. Making sure that you know purpose, making sure that you find purpose, whether your purpose is to help you build support for somebody else, whether your purpose is to lend your voice, the strength of your voice, the strength of your impact, the strength of your influence. Whether your purpose is to help people understand cultural changes and cultural dynamics, whether your purpose is to make art, or to make music, purpose happens every single day. Purpose happens every single day, and sometimes finding purpose helps you to become more resilient. I'm thinking about what my family and I are going through right now, the death of a loved one and the death of loved ones, plural. Many times when we lose loved ones, we get lost in that place and we get stuck in that moment. I'm talking about me. Maybe this is not you all, but many times we get lost we get lost in that place and we get stuck in the moment. But can I tell you, in the face of emotional hardship, when you find a sense of purpose, that's going to help you to become resilient. I know so-and-so is no longer here. I know I lost that loved one, but I still have purpose. There's still purpose to my life. There's still meaning to my life. There's still something for me to do. There's something that I do every single day when I wake up. That's called purpose, you all. That is called having and maintaining purpose. And when you have and you maintain purpose, it helps you to become resilient. So that way you're not stuck when you land in that place. I know this is temporary. I know my grief may be long-term. My mourning is just temporary. I get all of that, because what I do know is I still have purpose. It makes you resilient. You bounce back. So how you respond in a moment like that, you stand in the mirror and you look at yourself and you say, self, you still have purpose. There's something for you to do tomorrow. There's something that you have to do tomorrow. There's something that's an assignment with your name on it. And you may not even know what that assignment is until the end of the day tomorrow. So if you want to build your resilience, make sure that you find your purpose, you understand your purpose. And then, for goodness sakes, believe in your abilities. Believe in your gifts and your talents and your strengths. Believe in all of that. Have confidence in your ability to cope with the stresses of life. Whatever comes my way, I can handle this. Whatever comes my way, I can cope with it. Why? Because I'm confident in me and in my creator. I'm confident. And so when you believe in your abilities and you are confident, it builds your resilience. Oh, I've seen this before. I've been through this. And if I haven't been through this, I've been through something like it. And if I haven't been through something like it, I've been through enough things to know that I'm equipped to handle this. You have to believe in your abilities. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your creator. I'm telling you, because that helps you then to bounce back. I told you it's about how you respond. So now I'm in this difficult situation, but guess what? I believe in myself. One, because when I face a situation, I don't face it alone. My goodness. And then not only must you believe in yourself, not only must you find purpose so that you can build your resilience, but another thing that we should do is make sure that you have a strong village, a strong community, a strong network. Make sure that you build this community and you build this village. It's important to have people around. People are important. People are my greatest gifts in life. It's not the houses, it's not the land, it's not the cars, it's not the degrees, it's not the money. Those are not and I appreciate all of that, but those are not the greatest gifts for me. The greatest gift that I have are the people in my life. I'm thankful for the people in my life. It is important that you have people that you can confide in, people that you can go to, people that you can take strength in, people that you can just sometimes sit in their presence and say nothing but pull from their strength. Having a caring and supportive group of people, village, that is so important. Why? Because it shields you from a lot of things when you are emotionally and psychologically vulnerable. How many times have we been vulnerable, but sitting among the strength of people who loved you, shielded you from all of those things that would have come to just devour you? It's important to have a strong social network. I'm just trying to help save somebody's life. I'm trying to tell us how to make sure that we get this bounce back thing down on the inside. Make sure you have yourself a strong network, a group of people that you can confide in, a group of people that you can take strength in. They may not make your troubles go away. Let me be very clear. They may not make your troubles go away, but what they will make you is stronger while you're dealing with them. They'll help build your resilience while you're dealing with them. They'll give you the support that you need while you're dealing with your troubles. They'll listen to your voice and your feedback and your woes, and they'll hear you while you're dealing with all of that. And they might come up with solutions and they might not. But guess what? They will be there for you. And they'll strengthen your back and they'll sturdy your shoulders. I know what I'm talking about here, you all. Because I have people, I have friends, I have family, I have a network who will look at me and say, Cutler, we're not going to let you stay there too long. And when your shoulders start slumping, we're going to lift them up. And when your head is bowed, we're going to raise it up. And when your arms get tired, we're going to lift them up. I'm telling you all, I am so very thankful to have people in my life who remind me that I matter. And may we in turn be the people in somebody else's life to remind them that they matter, because I'm telling you that helps build their resilience, you all. To know that they can go to somebody who reminds them, oh no, you matter, you got this. If you can't talk to anybody else, you can talk to me. If you can't confide in anybody else, you can confide in me. If you need a listening ear, here it is. If you need a shoulder to lean on, here it is. We have to make sure that we are to some people what others have been to us. Be that strong network. That is so very important. And then if you're going to learn to be resilient, you have to be open to accept and deal with change. Because it's happening. It's going to happen. Flexibility and adaptability are two things that we must have if we're going to build resilience, because things change. And not only do they change, but one of my favorite authors, Chinua Achebe, said things fall apart. It's a thin book. Go and get it. Chinua Achebe, Achebe. Go and get it. First name Chinua, Chinau, if I remember the correct spelling. But go and get. Things fall apart. Things happen. And we have to build flexibility and we have to build adaptability. It is most necessary for resilience. If you want to bounce back, you have to know how to handle change. Because by learning how to be more adaptable, then that way you become better equipped to respond when things are not the same. When you're faced with a life crisis, something that you've never dealt with before, you're flexible, you're adaptable. And it helps you to build a positive mindset. I haven't seen this before, but that's okay. I can change. I can deal with it. I can handle it. Oh, no. That's not the exact same thing that I went through 5 years ago, but that's okay. I'm good. I can handle this. I can adjust. I can adapt and I can overcome. Because that says, as long as I'm living, I can grow through any situation. I read something a couple weeks ago. Either I've read it or heard it. And I thought it was such a powerful statement when we consider change and things that happen in difficult situations. I didn't, and the quote went something like this: I didn't become better in spite of my difficulties. I didn't come better in spite of my challenges, but I became better because of them. I used them in such a way when they thought they were coming to use me, but I used them to get stronger. I used them to get a little more resilient. I used them to develop a positive mindset, embrace change because it's going to happen. It thought it was going to change me, and it did, but it changed me for the better. It changed me for the good. I have a stronger mindset now. And when change happens and when these things come your way, resilient people would use those kinds of situations as an opportunity to branch out into new directions. Oh, you thought you were just going to get me stuck there? No, what's going to happen is I'm going to use this situation to branch out into a new direction, to do something different. That's what resilient people do. And although it is a challenge, resilient people learn to be optimistic. I'm going to look at the glass half full. It is important to stay as optimistic as you can during dark, difficult, challenging moments. And that's sometimes easier said than done. But if you at least keep a hopeful and an optimistic and a positive outlook, whereby that's just who you are, if you do that, you're prone to be a little more resilient. Oh, I know difficulties coming. I know challenges are coming. I know dark moments are coming. But I also know there's a light at the end of the tunnel. That's optimistic. That's upbeat. Trouble won't last always. That's upbeat. That's optimistic. This too shall pass. That's upbeat. That's optimistic. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it will pass and it won't last always. That's optimistic, you all. That helps you to remain hopeful. That helps you to know every single day that whatever I'm going through won't last always. So you become a little more resilient. You become a little more resistant to your pain and your challenges. And you learn to talk to yourself. And you learn to encourage yourself. And you learn to strengthen yourself. And you learn to motivate yourself. And you do all of that because the first person who can get to you is you. So instead of becoming so completely overwhelmed by life and so completely overwhelmed by challenges and so completely overwhelmed by stress and dynamics and problems and situations and circumstances, instead of becoming so completely overwhelmed by all of that, learn to focus on building up you. Building up your ability to nurture you, building up your capacity to love you, building up the wherewithal to take care of you. Even when you're troubled, make time for you. Even when you're discouraged, make time for you. Even when you're downtrodden, make sure that you make time for you. When you're sad and despondent, make time for you. When your eyes are filled with tears and your heart is broken, still make time for you. Cullen, why would you say that? Because we still need to learn to take care of our needs, even in the worst of situations. You you can jumpstart and elevate your overall health and your resilience if you just remember to take care of yourself. I was talking to one of my cousins a couple days ago, and I'd had a dream about Christmas trees and live Christmas trees in particular. And in this dream, uh, I'm not a fan of live Christmas trees only because of my allergies, y'all. I think they smell good. I think they're beautiful, and I love the nostalgia of it all. But the reality is that my allergies don't allow it. But I had a dream about a live Christmas tree. And in my dream, I kept saying to myself, I need to give this more water. I need to give this more water. Now, this is me dreaming about Christmas trees in July. And I kept saying, I need to give this more water. I need to give this more water. And so I was having a conversation with one of my cousins afterwards. And he said, that is a real message. And it didn't strike me until just now that the message, that could have very well been a message for me that says, whatever you're going through, whenever you're going through these dry seasons, whenever you're going through these dry spells, and you feel like a Christmas tree and the thistles are falling off, you need to give yourself more water. You need to nurture yourself. You need to nourish yourself. You need to pay attention to the times when you're becoming brittle and fragile. And I want to stop and remind us, every single one of us, I want to stop and remind us, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, every single one of us who are going through moments of droughts where you feel sad and you feel despondent and you feel discouraged, whatever you're dealing with, and you feel challenged and you feel like you can't make ends meet. And I'm not just talking about financial, but I'm talking about psychological, emotional, social, and all those. And you're going through moments where you feel dry and you feel like that Christmas tree. Make sure that you water yourself. Make sure that you give it more water. Make sure that you give it, the Christmas tree, you, more water. Keep nurturing yourself. Keep taking care of yourself. Keep paying attention to yourself. Keep loving yourself. Keep giving yourself grace and keep giving yourself compassion. Keep giving yourself love. Make sure that you take care of yourself, because by taking care of your needs, you're building your resilience. I mean, let alone for all, developing problem solving skills and strategies and solution and all that kind of stuff. That's wonderful. But take care of yourself and then set some goals for yourself. Because crisis situations, challenges, and moments like that, they can be threatening and ominous and daunting, and all of those things, they can be downright scary. They sometimes seem like you will never overcome them. But a resilient person stands straight up, squares their shoulder, they back up, and they look at the situation in a realistic way. And then they say, you know what, I'm going to set some goals, because little by little, I'm coming out of this. Little by little, I'm getting through this. Little by little, I'm getting on the other side of this thing. So you establish goals whenever you're going through what you go through. When you find yourself becoming overwhelmed, what you do is you step back and exhale for just a moment. Look at the situation, say, let me see where I am. Let me see where I've been. And let me see if my arsenal, is there something I can pull out? Let me see what the problem is here. And now let me set some goals so I can get out of it. I hope I haven't wasted your time, but I want to encourage you to be resilient. Whatever you have to do, learn how to strengthen yourself, learn how to motivate yourself, learn how to encourage yourself, learn how to give yourself more bounce back than you currently have. Learn how to confuse those who are looking at you, thinking that you're just going to stay there and that it's not going to become better, because you say to yourself, listen, better is already happening. My mindset tells me that. My outlook tells me that. My hope tells me that. My heart tells me that. My creator tells me that. Because what happened, the mistake was that when difficulty showed up, it thought it was showing up at my door only. When the difficulty showed up, it thought it was showing up at my door only. But one of my favorite passages reminds me that when the difficulty showed up, I'm hiding in the cleft of the rock. And I'm able to run to someone, a source that is higher than I. And so when difficulty shows up and knocks on the door, I don't go answer the door. I asked my creator, would you go and open that door? Because I'm hiding in the cleft of the rock. I'm hiding in you. Listen, you all, let's keep doing what we do. Let's keep building community. Let's keep maintaining connectivity. And not only must we maintain connectivity, let's build and maintain resilience so that we are prepared to face the challenges of life. Thank you, Linda. Another word, in other words, don't impulse react. That's right. Marissa, you're right. Challenges can help us learn to tackle any situation. McDina, I hear you. I believe I can fly any color. I'm with you. I need more water because my branches are getting a little dry. I could stay here for just a moment, but I won't, you all. Thank you for allowing me to come into whatever space you all have allowed me to come into tonight. And would you do me a favor? Meet me here again next week, Tuesday. And until then, tell somebody else, come on and let's talk to Cutler, because honestly, the man is just trying to help save somebody's life. And do me a favor, you all. Know that from the bottom of my heart, there is and always will be so much love. I'll see you all the next time I see you. And until then, good night, everybody.